Right, greetings everyone. A bright and beautiful and sunny day in the beautiful Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. I am Simone Claxton, President and founder of the Sapphire Miriam Foundation, a nonprofit organization incorporated in our Twin Island Republic. Wow, I thank God for health and strength and for making it another day and another year. You know, this year is almost over, 2024. It's been a year, I tell you. Yeah, it's been a year. So really glad to be here with you guys today to celebrate. It's just a few of us online. It's nothing too official. We want to look back on some memories. Shwasti has done a little video scrapbook, which I will pull up for you guys in a bit. So we're going to look back on some memories. We're going to hear from the girls about their experience. We're going to hear from our partners who are here about their experience collaborating with us. Utalia couldn't be here today. She has another engagement. So, you know, we do miss her. Dr. Joppy, I'll probably just send her a reminder. She is supposed to be with us today. Amazing. It's been an amazing year. It's been a year of, you know, trials and triumphs, I must say. It's been a year of trials and triumphs, but we're getting there, piece by piece. So I really want to thank our sponsors, you know, first of all, because without them, this program would not have been possible. We want to thank the Trust Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, National Lotteries Control Board. We also want to thank Trinidad and Generation Unlimited, TGU, and the National Gas Company, NGC, of Trinidad and Tobago, and JMMB Bank as well. They have been with us for a while, all of these sponsors year after year, pledging with us and making this program possible. And we also want to thank the Bankers Association of Trinidad and Tobago. They are now on board as a sponsor as well, as they have been our partner throughout this whole process with our financial literacy and supplying us with the information and resources that we need. We want to thank Dixie and there so much for her support. We want to thank all our directors and partners. Thank Mr. Ricardo Mitchell for his commitment, you know, with the flyers and the video recording and everything. All our partners, Deborah and Dominica, Italia, and St. Lucia, Dr. Joppy in the USA. You know, we even had Africa on board this year. We want to thank Marian in South Africa so much. She has poured so much into the entrepreneurship section, and she's actually poured directly into the whole foundation. She's been behind the scenes working with me with the proposal from the beginning, and she'll be working, you know, throughout next year as well. Marian wants to take the program to South Africa, so we're working on that. So we'll have a cohort of girls actually in South Africa, physically there doing the program and actually tuned in. So we're working on that partnership. So I'm really looking forward to that. We have Latif in Ghana, who's been on with us this year. And we also have Uganda with the Proven Foundation. It's really been a fantastic year expanding into Africa. It's been my dream. And that has finally come true. And, you know, with 2025, we'll cement those roots even more. So I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, we have Guyana on board with the Empire Plus, Marilyn and Diane. So we look forward to having them on board a bit more, you know, coming next year, please the Lord. And also we look forward to reuniting with Suriname as well to have them on board. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. Deborah, am I forgetting anyone? Any of our partners? We have Dr. Catella in Tits and Cakas. We hope to have her a little more, you know, active next year.
Savannah and
Yeah.
Grenada.
Oh, yes, we have Grenada. Savannah has been a great support to us, the volunteers. So I want to thank our volunteers. Savannah's been behind the scenes in the early stages, you know, last year and earlier on this year. And we had some other volunteers who came on board as well this year. So we had Malika. She'd been with us for a while. She is no longer with the foundation, but she had been very instrumental in executing this program this year. So we want to thank her. We have Anna Maria as well. She's been managing our social media, and that's been really a wonderful experience. You know, everything has gotten to a stage where, you know, it's unique. It just looks, you know, uniform. And that's really what we want, and had consistency. So she's done a great job. So we had a good, few volunteers on board this in making the program possible. So we really want to reach out and, thank each and every one of them for their support. And we want to thank Ruth. Ruth has recently come on board. She's been very, instrumental over the last few weeks, and she's very enthusiastic in supporting the foundation. So we'll definitely have her on board in 2025 going forward. We want to thank our gems who have been so committed to the program. We have Jane Brown, who's been with us for a couple of years now. We have Katisha, who's been with us from the beginning, 2021, 22, 23, 24, 4 years, right? We want to also thank Danica and Divika as well. They've been behind the scenes supporting. They actually conducted the outreach session. So they sourced the girls, and well, this was both males and females, and they actually ran the event for themselves. I was so amazed. I'm telling you, I didn't have to do anything. They put together the program, they sourced, from Parvati, in Interact Club. So we collaborated with the Parvati Interact Club as well. And also Swasti had invited persons from the Lakshmi Hindu College Interact Club. So we had both male and female, involved in that outreach. It was an online program. It was very interactive. Jada, she has been she's so vocal and, with her public speaking, and she delivered. She was one of the key persons delivering. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Jada Ramjatan. We also had Melanie. She spoke about her entrepreneurial journey and the foundation supporting her to make that decision. She even spoke about Ricardo doing the logo and giving her that boost, and that encouragement, because it was something she always dreamt of. So Melanie spoke about her journey. It was a really interactive session. The participants asked a lot of questions, and the girls were so professional in presenting. And I want to thank Katisha as well. Katisha presented as well. She crafted her own PowerPoint, and I think the public speaking did well for us this year. I think it was really a key point. She was so brave, and she's come a long way. And I really, really want to compliment, Katisha for, outstanding performance. I want to thank Clarice and Cherise, for showing up, week after week for the participation, by their mother, even at the in-person event. I really, really want to thank you guys. I don't take any of you for granted. And I want to thank Dominica for being on board. We have Nathaniel. I'm not seeing Janae today. Normally she's around, but she's been with us for a couple of years as well.
I just sent her a message to see if she's okay.
A message. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, so we have some key persons. Let's see.
We also had Brown Girl Village this year with Miss Page.
Oh, yes, that was a fantastic experience.
Yeah, Shakira and
Monica, yeah. Hyacinth, Monica, yes. Shakira and Paige. That was an absolutely amazing experience. I think that really put me in a kind of high frequency positive mode after that, to be honest. It really sort of really resonated with me. That was an absolutely fantastic session. So we want to continue interacting with Brown Girl Village and Paige. She's been part of the organization for a while now, year after year, just keep coming back and pouring into us and bringing the resources, So we thank Hyacinth, Monica, Paige, and Shakira as well for that wonderful session. We thank Camille, the Bellot, who did the public speaking. She did it online and in-person events. It was absolutely an amazing experience. Akena Kublal, who did the etiquette. So we had our in-person event in September, the middle of September. That was amazing. We thank the girls who attended. And then, as I said, we had our outreach. And we actually launched our magazine, our quarterly magazine this year. It's going to be quarterly. So we had it in September, and then we're going to be releasing it in December as well. It's already ready. So that was some work collaborated between Anna, Maria, and Malika. Malika was responsible for a lot of the content, and Shwasti as well with some of the design. So we are going to be releasing it after the graduation. So we'll have a little snippet of, what happened at the grad. So it's an amazing experience. Anything else you want to talk about, Ricardo, like in recapping some of the, moments?
Actually,
Since,
I'm in a really good position
mhm,
because you did
yeah,
not need me. You did not need me as much this year. The gems are shining.
yes,
The gems are shining, and
yes,
it was really encouraging to see the quality of work that they were putting out and that
mm,
the direction that you all have gone. And because I haven't been here for so many of the sessions, it leaves me in a really
mm,
nice position where I can ask questions. And that way we could get
right,
some interactive feedback from the girls as to like what was the most
mm,
memorable part of the session for them. And I'd like to start with
yes,
you, Simone, if you don't mind. What was your favorite part of this semester?
mm,
I mean, besides me coming
mm.
back here, no, you can't use this
Oh,
episode.
yes,
Next one.
yes, yes, Ricardo. For me, I think this session with Paige, I don't know, with Paige, Monica, Hyacinth, and Shakira was really outstanding for me. I think the American ladies, they have this high frequency, this vibe, this positivity that really, kind of really resonated with me and ignited me. I think that was one of my favorites, yeah, favorite moments. I also like the cultural showcase as well that we did at the end of August. I think that really allowed everyone to appreciate each other, to blend in. We had Ghana on board, right? So they actually showcased, their wear and their food. I think that was really, really, yeah. And then Melanie did some stuff as well that day. Absolutely, yeah. The cultural showcase and the episode with um page and they one of the main things as well too was that mom and me session that was obviously like a more private session, more intimate session, but I want to thank Deborah for conducting that session. Deborah was in charge of that. She really spearheaded it. It was an amazing session. It allowed Sophia and I to bond from that distance, which is something that hadn't been happening for a while. So we were allowed to express ourselves. She and express herself, I express myself. It was really a wonderful session, that mom and me session. I thank Katrina and her mom as well. They're not able to attend the graduation today, but Katrina and her mom were really instrumental and, in that session, sharing and discussing and contributing to it. So it was that mom and me was an amazing session. And Deborah as well did another session to do with, that sexual exploitation, domestic type of situation with abuse with children. And that was a great session as well. We had Clarice and Sharice and the parents attending. Jada as well attended for a bit on that session. So Jane Brown, yeah. So we had some really strong, topics, I think this year, some topics that were really relevant and rooted in the issues that persons are facing. And I think it provided a lot of solutions, right? Obviously always dealing with that, teenage and coming into that area where you have to protect yourselves and your children, especially around that sexuality and stuff. That's very relevant, and that bonding between mother and daughter as well. It's definitely, a relevant time, during this teenage. And obviously we had our social media safety to keep the girls safe online. We had our financial literacy to set them up for the future because it's not too early to start, right? So you have to start saving, you have to start budgeting, and you have to invest, right? So they had their rule as to how much to save, right? So they'll tell us about how much they're saving, what percentage they're saving and investing and spending and that kind of stuff, right? So on the entrepreneurship aspect by Marion was absolutely amazing as well. I really, really enjoyed that. And the fact that she had put out a link where they can go on to and get the resources afterwards, with the lecture and books to read, etc. That was absolutely amazing. Yeah, so thank you for that.
Yeah. And no, that it sounds what I really like about what you said just now is how many of the offline sessions, and when I mean offline as in the
Mhm.
unrecorded sessions, that they allowed for some real connection and interactivity.
Yes.
And they sound like the types of sessions that you're not going to be able to catch on YouTube. So I think for the next semester, the girls better get on
Mhm.
board with these
Oh,
sessions.
yes.
Sounds
Yes.
like sounds like an amazing
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, there are some things that you would not catch on YouTube. You really need to be a part of the equation to benefit from it because remember, we want to create a safe space. So not everything will be just, going public, but we want to create that space for the girls to express themselves, to bond and to develop. So yeah, definitely. And I think that we need to be creating more of that Mom and Me session because we did it was about 3 years, Deborah. And it was like exactly at the time we did it 3 years ago. We actually chose a date unknowingly exactly 3 years after as well. So I think we need to make it an annual something, not wait another 3 years again to do something like that. It was really amazing for me.
And now I want to find out from Dominica because you know the Dominica team, that's my second heart. That's my second heart right there.
Yes.
Right? Between Deborah and Princess, I know if only the two of them show up, right? Dominica well represented, the Caribbean well
Represented.
represented. Right? So hi ladies, how
Yeah.
are you
Amen.
doing?
Amen. We're doing so great. And both Princess and I, we've really grown up in the foundation. When she started, she was about 11 years old, and I was listening into this empowerment group, and I'm like, I was just so inspired. I was so inspired by what Simone do, and to see how my daughter has grown and how she's evolved. And even this morning, I spoke to an entrepreneur. She said, "My God, I've heard your daughter on EMO, that is one of the big news channel, advocating, to reconnect Dominica." And she was the one who put the fire in the whole thing. And a month after her advocacy, the news came out that we reconnected. So,
Wow, amazing.
yeah,
Congratulations, Princess. Wow. I'm really, really proud of Princess and the dedication. She's been with us
yeah,
from the
yeah,
beginning,
yeah.
It's been
She was she
amazing.
was just so amazing. She's like, I was 5 years old when this happened, and now I'm 15 for
Mhm.
10 years. And when the
Yeah.
island has shut down, no gas station, business are closing, people are dying. She was like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, ah, that's my child.
Wow.
So
It's
yeah,
been that long since the reconnection, for real? So many years?
yes. Yeah, 10 years is
Wow.
going to be in September, 10 years.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Right.
So on
Wow.
Thursday, on Thursday, for the first time, I've driven over the bridge. And it was like my Christmas, my birthday,
Yeah.
everything rolled in one. I was
Okay.
jumping up,
Amazing.
I was kissing the bridge.
Wow. So you'll now have your bridge.
Yes, we have the bridge. So the road now just need to be
Yeah.
resurfaced, and we're good to
Right.
go.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, congrats, Deb. I know you've been fighting for this for so long, and it's
Yes,
great that
yes,
Princess could get involved. You
yes.
know, I,
So
I think
so
the public
Princess
speaking has
16
helped.
birthday, her 16th birthday is next month. So all the guests, we're inviting
Yes,
all the Sapphire Miriam gems around
yes,
Dominica to come down and come down. You'll come down over the new bridge, and you come to Ulala Palace to
yes,
celebrate the
right.
princess's 16th birthday party
Ah,
in African royal style.
oh my gosh. I wish that would be a dream come true. Oh my. So you're opening back up this year, right? The
Yes,
resort.
yes,
Fantastic. So we have to do something. Guys, we
yeah.
have to organize to go across to Dominica, and experience Deborah's resort, natural, stress-free
Good
techniques and
food.
natural foods. Yeah, I
When
can't
you
wait.
come,
We
when you
definitely have
come,
to.
you just
Yeah.
leave all your nails, all your lashes, leave all your
Hmm.
fancy clothes, and we're gonna be rolling in
Yes.
mud and swimming on the waterfalls,
Nice.
singing in
Amazing.
Sulphur
Oh my
Spring.
gosh.
These are
Oh,
my
Every
real
time
these are my real lashes, by the way. Okay, these are
you're gonna
real.
be rebirthed.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
These are my real lashes as well.
I was yeah, we are
Those at
we have
home,
that now. That's the Claxton
you
blood.
know the Christian said born
Yeah.
again. Well, you're gonna
Mm,
get that kind of experience.
yeah.
Hmm. Nice.
I want to actually celebrate something too. This foundation has not just developed the gems, it's developing the
Mm,
facilitators. Right? There was
Definitely.
one
yes.
session that Simone can't remember which one it was, but after the session, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna set some smart goals. I'm going to figure out what I need to get done before the year is up and do it now. And I went online and I
Yes.
pulled up the form and I made the appointment and stuff. So then afterwards, I'm talking to Simone, telling her, how much this session meant to me. And then she was like,
Yeah.
it's time for you to go and see about our passport. You take it too long with this thing. Click this link and make the appointment. And I was like, I
Boom,
already
boom.
did it because the
Yes,
session
Yes.
motivated me to move. And now
exactly.
Yeah.
I have my passport after how many years, so I could actually
See?
up to the rest of the islands. I could come up to the resort. I could go to St. Lucia. I could visit Grenada. I now like the Caribbean
Hmm.
has opened to me because of the way that the foundation
Yeah.
has made this community so real, and the people is no longer just small islanders or mainlanders. This is Caribbean. This is my Caribbean.
My Caribbean,
Yes.
one Caribbean.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know I can be a part of it again because of something that I learned from the foundation.
Yeah.
So I really, really appreciate what this space has done for everybody who's had a hand in it.
Yes.
Absolutely. And when
Thanks. Yes.
when I'm in Roseau and I hear a Trinidadian accent, I immediately perk up. Yes,
Yes. Oh, as you talk about Trinidad accent, I met Jody, right? At an event a few months ago, just a couple months ago.
yeah,
Jody
Jody.
came
Yes,
on.
yes,
Yes, Ricardo, that was last year. Remember, we had the show from Dominica with the hair demonstration.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hi, Jody. I actually met her in person at an event a
yes,
couple. She was here. There was a career event. Yeah, when
Right.
I heard the name as JD's, I was like, okay, Jody,
yes,
good opportunity
yes,
to meet you. And I went up to her and I said, oh, Deborah, yes, yes, yes. And I made the connection. So yeah, it
yes,
was
yes.
really
She's a
nice.
big
It was nice.
international entrepreneur with her natural products for hair and skin care.
Products, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
such
it's really connected us. And that CARICOM song, I don't know, every time I hear it, it's just something about a CARICOM song. It's a
yeah,
oneness, that
yeah.
I absolutely love. And it's
And
so great
that
that it
came
could
out
bring
of
us all together.
Dominica. That song, the singer is from Dominica, Michelle Henderson.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And she served
Amazing.
on the PTA executive with me. Yes.
Yeah.
And one thing
Yeah.
what I want to say about coming out of the Caribbean, I've launched the Caribbean Alliance Against Domestic Violence because of the work I
Yes.
have been doing throughout the foundation and the need I found,
Yes.
for reducing the domestic violence. And, I've birthed it, the Caribbean Alliance Against Domestic Violence. And
Mm-hmm.
we intend to do tours to Trinidad, St. Lucia, Guyana,
Yeah.
all over the Caribbean because a regional problem requires a regional effort. And
Mm-hmm.
we're going to make it happen. I'm really excited about this. And I have some brilliant directors, hand selected. Yeah.
Yes.
So
And
you'll be
Yeah.
seeing
This
them
is,
in Trinidad.
yeah, it's
and
amazing.
this program is real. Like actual, these
Yeah.
are real people. These aren't bots. This isn't AI. Because
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, I'm sitting in a taxi going home after work because I no longer work from home exclusively. Right. I actually get up like everybody else. I'm bathed and change and go to the office now to work. Right. It sucks. By the way, it sucks. Right. Work for
Yes, I
yourself.
You
know.
have to bathe.
Work for
You have to
yourself when
smell
you can
nice.
too.
You
Right.
have to smell like human.
You understand? Like wearing
Yes.
pants and all them kinds of things. So I am I'm in this taxi going home, and this young lady jumps into the car and she's like, "Hi, good afternoon." And I was like, "Oh, that's a very polite young woman."
Hmm.
Wait, Katisha? It was Katisha.
Hey.
I said, wait. I said, like, who you talking to? She's like, yeah, from the program. And I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. And I'm like, oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
these are real
gosh.
people that exist outside of the
Amazing.
program. So
Yes.
it's good to see it becoming. I know we had to
R-
start it online because of COVID, but it is good to
Yes.
see it becoming IRL. I
Yeah.
see it becoming this
Real.
thing that is real life.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm really proud
And
of you guys,
yeah.
for pushing through all the things you had to overcome. For Deborah for jumping on and staying on, and
Yes.
helping
Yes.
keep this engine running.
Yes.
And for these gems who keep coming back, I still love how we could get girls from season one, right, to show up for certain events, right?
Yes.
And now we have girls who've been through the program coming back to facilitate sessions. This is a beautiful thing, and this is real.
Yeah.
I'm excited that in a couple of years I'll be able to boast about knowing Dominica new Prime Minister, right? I,
Yes.
I saying it in big, I saying it in
Yes.
all caps, right?
Yes,
I'm
Deborah.
right. What I'm
You like the
saying,
treaties?
Quite interestingly, I'm like saying I need to get on a payroll. I am tired of struggling and fighting as an entrepreneur. Always have to be,
Right.
when I'm on somebody's payroll, I'm like,
Mhm.
more. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get on the
Mhm.
government's payroll.
You see, so
mhm,
that's a ambition. Very well. You need to
yeah,
get,
you
yeah,
see,
for all the work you've been doing.
Yes,
the
You've
yes,
been doing
yes.
a lot. Yeah,
Especially
you've
add
done
on to
work.
the tourism package that they have. We can do so
Hmm.
much more with what we have. We have the best
Right.
summer spring in the world. We're the number one for nature. We have
Wow.
second world's largest boiling lake, and the
mm,
only river that flows from a boiling lake into the Atlantic
Hmm.
Ocean, the White River, a therapeutic
Wow. So there's so
river.
much.
There is
Yeah.
so much and so much potential, but it just need, that
Hmm.
energy to take it to another level.
Yes. It's just amazing, to see that the program is impacting the lives of persons, the facilitators who actually in the program but benefiting from it as well. You know, I- I mean, when I started this program, I never envisioned this. Honestly, I never envisioned it. And it has grown into something so much more, than I had really anticipated. Just a little idea, 13 years ago into what it is now. And we've only been working on it just for a few years. There's a bit of work that went into the background, but just really pushing over the past few years. And, it's really been, a trial, pushing through my own personal, challenges and still keeping, the foundation going. I must thank everyone for that support, and the buy-in that I have from the whole Caribbean and from abroad, even in Africa and the USA. I really thank Dr. Joppy. She's been with us for a few years now. And I thank her for, for being on board and contributing. And Dr. Joppy is actually coming to St. Lucia, right, in February for a retreat with her organization, Project Cultivate. So she'll be meeting up with Italia. That is part of the program where they meet up and strategize. And I am thinking that seeing that we have Dr. Joppy, we have Italia, I'm thinking that I'm missing in that mix of retreat and strategy. So it's on the table, it's up for grabs. I think the Sapphire Miriam Foundation would benefit from that strategic alliance, being able to strategize and plan with them as well, because they've been part of the organization for so long. And, as we know, St. Lucia, Dominica is right next door. So we're hoping that Deborah will be able to be part of this. Yes, Deborah.
but I am curious though. There are a number of
Hmm.
young ladies on the program here. I don't want it to just be, me finding out what I miss. I want to find out from them, like what about the project
Hmm.
makes them come back, or what did they enjoy about this semester? So,
Yes.
Simone, I don't know if you know who's the bravest out of the bunch. Who
Yeah,
more,
well,
who
where we
likely
could
to
start.
contribute?
Yeah, I see Joel is with us. I want to thank Joel for being on board today. She actually submitted her portfolio, which was lovely. We had a few girls submitting their portfolio. That was really nice. And Leah submitted hers. Joel. We had a couple other persons, 4 persons altogether. So, okay, so let me see. We have a lot of entrepreneurial spirited young women, and I love that. A lot of them are entrepreneurial minded. Jewel, one of them as well. So here, let's start with Jewel. Do you want to give us, guys? I would like you all to put on your cameras and show your wonderful, beautiful faces, and let's interact and let's make this as real as possible. So let's hear from Jewel. Let's hear what you liked about the program, what impacted you the most, what you've, gained from it. And has the program been, a positive impact in your life? So I'm going to turn
Hi,
the floor over to you guys.
good morning, everyone. Sadly, I can't have my camera on. I just woke up and I remember that I have my
Okay.
graduation today. Um,
Okay.
I wasn't here for like all these sessions because I was hospitalized for 21 days. But with the classes that I have been there, it really opened up my eyes to saving. Saving was one of my major challenges. and I like things. So I like money and I like things. Meaning that when I have money, I don't have money because I will eventually spend it, right? Um, I know I miss the public speaking, but I am a performer in Best Village. Um, since I was 2.5 years, I'm turning 16 in 2 months, and I do monologues, which is spoken word, and dance. 2 weeks ago, I entered a competition with Mr. Roy Gomez. I'm not sure if anyone knows who is that, but he is this big um musician guy, and I emerged second overall. I got a sum of money, which is quite a sum of money, and I will be applying the saving tactics that I had learned from the previous class.
That is great news. I'm really, really glad to hear you speak about the saving, Jewel, because one of our sponsors this year encouraged me to get into saving and investing. So big up UTC, right? Big up Unit Trust Corporation. Right? Your boy's about to be an investor.
Yes.
I'm going to be an investor because what I've learned is that entrepreneurship is about
Mm-hmm.
solving a problem, right? And trying to buy back your time. So the objective is to get your money, make money so that your money could start making money,
Yep.
right?
That's
So
so true.
I getting in the
Yes.
game. So I'm really glad to hear you say that because I'm not kidding,
Mm,
this program is helping me to grow up, right? And I am
lovely.
definitely the oldest person here. Definitely. Even older than the people who older than me.
Uh-huh. Yes, it's true. But your wisdom and, experience, definitely.
No, no, it's not just that. Remember when
Mhm.
women counting the age to a certain point, you have to automatically -5 now. Just
Oh,
to
10 for me. 10 for me.
right,
Yes. 10 for me.
right.
So, see, you're
Right.
definitely the oldest here. That's correct.
Yeah.
And you
That's
know what? Others will be benefiting from that unit trust gifts as well. So you're not the only one who'll be investing. We have some girls we will be investing for them. Yeah, so that they can start their unit trust. Yes, that's part of the, prize for, it's not a large amount, but it's just a start, at
just to
least to put
start.
them in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to put them in the game. That's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Yes. So the girls who have shown that dedication will be benefiting from some gifts of units, similar to yourself.
You did mention that there are a number of enterprising young spirits amongst us. Anybody here right now? Because I feel like I could do a logo design or
Mhm.
redesign as a thank you gift for a brave entrepreneur who willing to tell us a little bit about her business today. Anybody out there looking for a logo or some branding?
Raise your hand quick, Don't miss this opportunity. Going once,
I'm
go
actually looking for a logo.
Joel. Perfect.
Oh, all right,
Whole
Julie.
day yesterday, I tried to design. I was like, oh God.
Serious?
Yes, whole day yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I
that's the answer to
actually
your prayer. Look
started
at that.
crying. I
Oh my
started
gosh.
crying because I wasn't finding anything that I liked.
Mhm.
So the name of my business, well, my family's business is Towels and Things, right?
Towels and things.
And yeah, towels and things, meaning that we sell more than just towels. It's beyond towels. We
Okay.
have kitchen, um, household items. We have
Mm.
like a side of the store is clothes. We have shoes and stuff like that, right? But the sign is so outdated that we want something new. And I couldn't figure out what it is to design.
Ah,
I've tried. I was like, tomorrow is another day.
wow. Yes, tomorrow is really another day, and today is your day.
And
Ricardo, you're led
you
by the
showed
Spirit
up.
of God there, I must say. Look at that.
Hey,
Wow.
listen. I don't play, the biggest book I have up there is my Bible, I ain't playing that. I
Very well.
So what we will do, right? Through Simone, you'll take my I'll send you my contact or my email address, and you will start the conversation as to how we could go about doing this rebrand. This is going to be sponsored by the Sapphire Miriam Foundation, right? I have you completely covered on this, right? So tell your family that towels and things will be properly taken care of. And
Oh my
don't get
gosh,
tired.
thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah. And if all you want to
Thank you.
let's put a dollar value on this thing, right? I
Yes.
I don't charge, I start doing logos at 100 US, right? And that is when I do the discounts. I generally charge 150 US up to do logos because I have found the value in what it is I'm doing. Right.
Yes.
I've gotten paid 250, 300 US for a logo. And people out here trying to sell logos for 150 and $200 TT. What I'm saying is that once you know your value and you hone your craft, you will find a market for what it is you're doing.
Yes.
Right? Don't let being afraid of competition price you out of your value, price you out of your market. Right? So this is not
Yeah.
no there's no begging for what logo design you're gonna get here. You're gonna get some top tier, top class towels and things. Top tier,
Aye, aye, aye.
top
Top
tier,
class, Jewel,
right?
right?
Well, I get
That's
through.
Jewel's prize. Right?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jewel. That's your prize. Oh my gosh. Sponsored by the Sapphire Miriam
Thank you very
Foundation,
much.
Yeah.
Mr. Ricardo Mitchell.
Congratulations. Because one of the most important things you could do for yourself, for your life, is to show up. And
Well, yes.
once you show up, speak up.
Yes.
Right? I will never forget this thing that we
And Paige
did in
said,
this first
hmm,
episode of the Sapphire
hmm,
JMMB program. This was in 2021. And the Jamaican gentleman who spoke, right, came out and said, don't small up yourself.
hmm.
Don't small up
Damien.
yourself. Yeah. And I've never forgotten it. You show up and then
Ah,
speak up because that's how it don't
yes.
fun for you. Right? You spent
Yes.
half day yesterday crying for something that the next day you was gonna get through it just by
Wow.
showing up
By showing up and speaking up. And
and
it's
speaking
like
up.
last year when Paige said, open mouth, you have to
Open
open your
mouth,
mouth.
get ready. Yep.
Get fed, yeah. Closed mouths don't get fed. So you have to open your mouth. You have to show up, be present, and speak
Mhm.
and say what you want. And when you say what you want, you get what you want,
Yeah.
right? So,
So yes, the Sapphire
wow,
Miriam
amazing.
Foundation is sponsoring a logo,
Yes.
right? And I'm not trying to take over the show. I'm trying to tell all you
You
that
sure? You sure?
yeah, I know you are not too bad, right? But
You're right.
that we'll save that for when we start to deal with the young men out here, right?
Oh, yeah. We have to go into that aspect, eh? Eventually.
Yeah, right. And while I'm seeing that you're developing a
Mhm.
pretty solid international foundation to stand on, and with that it'll be
Yeah.
easier having properly built one thing to add a floor.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes we'll be picking out the curtains before we finish paint. We just
Yeah.
want to be doing all these extra things before we build this solid foundation.
Before.
So, right,
Yes.
build your foundation, build your floor, and then build the next level. Right.
Yes.
So congratulations,
Yes.
Jewel. I'm hoping that there are other young entrepreneurs out here who continue to stick with the program and take the opportunities that come.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I also have increasing social media and radio broadcast reach. So even in terms of getting
Yes.
some interviews and that type of thing going on, getting it under your belt so that when your opportunity comes, you don't freeze. We're gonna put some of that public
Yes.
speaking to good use, guys. Right? Stick with the
Yes.
program. Stick with the
Yes.
program.
That public speaking. Yeah. So they're gonna have the opportunity in the new year to be able to voice their,
Mhm.
themselves, their businesses, etc. And talking about that, we have to get this Sapphire Miriam Foundation. It's been a while since we've been on radio, etc. So we have to get some little segments going.
Oh,
If we
sure,
can
no
slot
problem.
in before the end of the year, yeah, if we could slot
You know
in.
what? You know what?
Yeah.
For you, we'll get
Uh-huh. It's possible. Okay.
yeah, for you.
Perfect. So let's
Mhm.
slot in, yes, before the end of the year, something, yeah. And also, I will be going across to Tobago in less than a week and a half or around there, right? And during that stay, part of it is our outreach because we did a community outreach online here. And I will be doing a community outreach actually in person there where I'll be doing a women's workshop. So it will be tailored and it's called I am victorious from pain to purpose. And it's for women who have challenges to find their way for the new year to have a victorious year. So it's setting them up for success, basically. So we're going to kind of overcome, those beliefs and, move past those stumbling blocks, those hindering beliefs that we always have and we hold on to that's keeping us from experiencing abundance. And I can only talk about this now that I am going through that process. I've had to get rid of certain limiting beliefs in order to experience abundance. And as I've done that, I am seeing the abundance just flowing. It is amazing. It really, really is amazing. So I'm really looking forward to going across to Tobago and interacting with these women. We already contacted a couple organizations there. Flyers already done. We have a date, and we would be impacting women in Tobago as part of our outreach program as well. So that's another milestone. In setting goals, I always like to achieve, my goals. So it was a push, to get things done this year. I must say it's been a lot of challenges, but nevertheless, we've pushed through, and here we have achieved our goal of community outreach online with the young ladies, with Dominica and Dominica, doing that program, and I'll be achieving that other aspect actually in the physical sense of reaching women in our sister isle. So we're not leaving them out. And for next year, please the Lord, we'll have someone there who's Radhika. She is interested in having the program there, right? So we're going to be discussing that. I'm going to be meeting up with her to discuss and strategize how we're going to bring the program to Tobago, where she can actually be physically in charge. So she'll be like the ambassador there, just like Deborah is in Dominica. So we're going to have an ambassador in Tobago, Dominica, and also in South Africa. So it's going to be a magnificent, magnificent time ahead. I see we have
One
Doc.
correction
Go ahead.
though, one correction. You
Yes,
see,
yes.
just like Deborah. It have no just like Deborah. Deborah is a one of a gazillion kind. Deborah is one of
Oh,
a kind.
Lord.
No, just like
One of a
Deborah.
kind.
Right? Not just like.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. There is a whole different, according to us, kettle of fish.
On Thursday, I was invited to officiate on a ring, a vow renewal thing, a hand tying ceremony. I've never done it, but the hotel have so much confidence in me, invited me to this thing. And I'm like, okay, I like union, I like love, spirituality. And I'm like, this is my kind of thing. So now I asked her, why did you cross 6 villages and come to get me, taxi me, and take me to this thing?
Mm.
Why me? She says, well, you have this universal spirit, you're this inclusive person. And I'm like, wait, let me stop, pause, let me record that. So yeah, it's quite interesting thing. I've never experienced it before. It was my first time.
Right. So in the meantime, Ricardo, you can go ahead. Let's see who else wants to talk about their experience. We don't want to call names. Let's see who wants to volunteer.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great. So I would say that honestly, my experience was great. And my favorite part was actually the first meeting that we had. I feel like it really got me hooked, especially when talking about entrepreneurship and like making them, instead of working for money, making the money work for you. And the fact that I'm pretty sure the presenter was Miriam, and she gave us a whole bunch of like book recommendations. And I actually started reading some of them, and I found them very how can I say this? Very inspirational. Definitely makes me want to go further in life. And yeah, I would say I'm just like really thankful for this whole experience. It really made my summer because it expanded, like it gave me a lot of knowledge, expanded my understanding what when it comes to do with money, and even like my social media presence, like staying away from certain links because that can be prone to you getting hacked or something like that. So I really appreciate it overall, and that's my experience, I would say.
Oh, thank you so much, Nathaniel, because that social media safety was important. That was a very, very important session. I work in social media a lot, and I learned things in that session. It was really, really powerful And I'm glad you picked two really good things to be to hold on to from this: entrepreneurship and social media safety, because it is very, very difficult now to get into entrepreneurship in this generation offline. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but there are so many online elements to business now. Even if your business is offline, you might still need to get paid via an online system. So we have to incorporate both elements. So you picked two really good things to be impressed by this season. Really, really proud of you. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff.
I'd like to go next.
Sure.
So what I benefited most from was the public speaking, kind of because I'm still trying to get my thing with my singing. The closest I've gotten to this year is the choir in school, and I'm singing for 2 concerts next week, I believe. But I'm still not sure about it because I'm still very scared to go and sing. And I'm also trying to get a channel up to go sing because my friend, he does producing and also sings, and he says he'd like us to do a song together, but I want to get like a channel out first.
Well, Katisha, I remember, if I'm not mistaken, I remember your
Mhm.
performance in the graduation last year, and I am very
Yes.
excited to hear you continuing to pursue singing.
Yes.
Yeah, very excited to hear that. I was in choir. I was in the choir as well when I was younger, and I kind of used to hide in the choir. It's like there are other people
Mhm.
around. Yes, you have to do your part, but the spotlight isn't on you, and it helped a lot. Right. And then even in terms of being able to speak the way that I speak, like you could throw me in any situation without any preparation, and I could give you a full speech. I could host the event. I could do whatever it takes. But part of that came from actually doing karaoke. Right? Doing karaoke developed my public speaking skills because the audience was very gracious and receptive, and you get to have fun while you're doing this thing that you're scared out of your mind to do. But everybody who doing it either really enjoy it or really scared. And sometimes there's a space between being scared that becomes
Mhm.
excitement. And
Yes.
you realize that even when you get good at things, you'll still be always a little bit butterfly, a little bit nervous, a little bit excited. The only difference between scared and excited is whether you enjoy what you're doing or not. That's the only difference. The only difference between being scared and excited is, do you enjoy what's happening? And your brain can't tell the difference between the two. And once you enjoy it, you'll be able to take that nervousness and turn it into a really powerful tool for your performance. I am excited. You mash up them 2 concerts, mash them up fine, 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 fine. And
Yes.
yeah, the channel will come when the channel
Wow.
comes. You don't need to add anything in your way. It already have enough to overcome. Right? You deal with the concerts first and the channel go see about itself when it's ready. But I'm real excited to hear that.
Thank you.
Yes. Congrats, Katisha. You're doing great. So
Do your
you've come a long
recording. Do
way.
your recording. You can always upload at a later stage in your channel. Once you have the information,
Yes.
the data, you're good to go.
Yeah. Just start. Start small, start somewhere, and eventually things will grow naturally. It'll fall into place. Yeah. Just have that excitement, that's scariness, turning into excitement. So let's look forward to that. Not being scared, but being excited and anticipating, the best. Yes. It happens to all of us. I mean, I'm not a camera person with all this public speaking and that kind of stuff. And it's taken me a while to get out of it. And yeah, I'm getting there. And I think the public speaking really helped for me as well. I think it helped give me that confidence to be in front of the camera and to be more vocal, right? If I had a choice, I probably wouldn't be in front of the camera, but then I don't have a choice. So I have to do it. And I think when you have to do something, you just have to do it, right? Ricardo, you're laughing. If I had a choice, I wouldn't. Obviously, I'm not a camera person. I'm not, That kind of, person who likes the spotlight, but I don't have a choice if I'm the founder of the organization and I don't even want to talk. Who else will want to talk? Nobody would want to, right? I have to set the pace. So that's just how it is in life, you have to set the pace and let everything else fall into place, right?
That is facts, full facts.
I'm more of a doer. I just like to get in there and get things done rather than,
Done, yeah.
being on social media. I have a lot of content
Yes.
for my Caribbean Alliance Against Domestic Violence that I've been training
Mhm,
and to the communities, and I just cannot find the time
mhm,
to sit down and upload these content. But I think in
mhm.
time, because I'm in creative mode, I'm creating, and
Yeah.
because it takes from you when you always constantly have to
Yes.
upload and keep your social media present. It's
Yeah.
just find that balance in everything.
Yes. I see Dr. Joppy's trying to join us. She has some technical issues. Dr. Joppy, let's see your beautiful face.
Hold on, I'm
Can
trying
we?
to stay on because it's saying I have a weak connection.
Oh,
So
right. Okay. She's dropped off, so she'll try to rejoin again. All right. So in the meantime, let's hear from one of the other girls. What was your experience like? What resonated with you? Let's do Clarice. Clarice has been with us last year, this year, and then she brought her sister this year. Their mom have been very instrumental, very supportive in the program, Clarice, and she's been at the public speaking event as well. So she will not be shy today, right, Clarice?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good
Um,
morning.
my favorite class was the dining etiquette because, I like food and my sister as well, and eating and sharing with everybody, and yeah, it was fun. And Jada was really nice too, and Katisha, and I can't remember the rest of the girls' names, but they were really nice to me. And the two girls from Parity, that was my favorite session ever, and also the finance because I learned a lot. And mommy was always telling me to learn how to save and yeah, stuff like
Right.
that. So yeah, I really like those two sessions the most.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you all were part of the Mama and Me session, right? You want to talk about
Yes, we
that?
will.
Yeah. We joined with your aunt, and Mary. I don't know if Mary was listening in as well, but
Yes, Marley and my auntie was there too.
all right. You want to tell us a little bit about that? What you found about that session?
Well, it was nice and sharing with my mom was great. I can't speak for Marley, but I feel like she enjoyed it too because she liked talking to Shimomi. And how it wasn't recorded, it was more nice and open to share with people and hear about
Yes.
different things, especially Miss Deborah, I think from yeah. She talked a lot and I actually liked it. And yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was really a nice session. We had Katrina as well, and Katrina's mom talking and contributing in that session was really great. Anna Maria also attended that session as well with her mom, right? So that was really nice. I think persons took away a lot from that session. So guys, feel free if you want to unmute and tell us about what your moments were like, which were the best moments for you. The floor is open. Now is your time. What about Ruth? I want Ruth to say hi. Ruth has actually reached out to me, to assist in the foundation. She also has her own network where she has an NGO empowering other persons, creating resources. So she really is passionate about this type of work. So Ruth, but she's very shy. Let's hear from Ruth.
Hi, good day, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the opportunity. I just want to give thanks to Miss Claxton for the opportunity to be here. I just want to encourage all girls, to continue to dream big, continue learning and developing yourself, continue networking and working on your business, and just dreaming big and doing things outside the comfort zone. And I am here to support you as well. You could follow my platform, Youth Be Empowered TT.
Right, guys, so we want to thank Ruth for that. And the floor is open. Anybody else wants to make any contributions, talk about the experience? We have Jane. Jane and her mom have been very, participative.
We're a family. Let's see some faces.
Yes, let's
We're
see
a
those faces today.
family. Come on, guys. It's
Jane,
Christmas. Let's see your
Katisha, let's see
beautiful
your faces.
faces. Come on. We're empowered people. How are you
Oh, yeah.
showing up?
Yeah, that is so true. How are you showing up? It's like, I think someone made the analogy. It's like you go into an interview and you have a paper bag on your head, When you go to the interview, you're not going to go to an interview with a paper bag on your head, are you? So it's like
Exactly.
you're online. So show up, Let's see your face and interact
And
and
it
it makes
just
things more
brings a
real.
different energy into the thing. You can see
Yes,
facial expression, you can see smile,
yes, it
interactivity.
does.
And it's
Yeah.
just a few of us,
Yeah.
which is so beautiful. Come on,
It's just a
Nathaniel,
few. Yeah.
Jewel, come on,
Yeah.
guys.
So
Let
put
me
up
see
your
your beautiful
cameras
face.
and then we can take a snapshot as well for our records,
Yeah.
Yeah, they cannot comb and all sorts, so they're thinking, can't put on my camera. But that's
Yeah,
all
we
right,
don't care.
guys.
We love you just as you are. As I say, when you come to Dominica,
Yeah,
you come just so natural. You're
just so.
beautiful as you are.
Yeah. Why?
Oh, that's Jane.
Oh,
Woohoo!
Jane. Let's see
Jane
you,
just
Jane. Nice. Can we hear you? What has your experience been like here? Jane, you need to unmute. We're not hearing you.
There you go.
My experience with the program is really fun. I get to do lots of activities and I enjoy spending my time with you guys.
Okay, how was the in-person event? You did your journal from that event? You created a journal?
Yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah. Have you been using your journal? Are you doing some gratitude every day? You have to write what you're grateful for every day in your journal, remember? Don't just put the journals down when you get home, ladies. Okay,
It is habit
thank you
forming.
for sharing.
Every day, say like at 10 o'clock, you have an alarm. Remember to do your journal.
Yes.
This is just exercising and building and formulating good habits, Jade. You will get there. Just a reminder in your phone or your calendar
Yes.
so that you can develop good habits.
Yes, every day. Oh, we have Dr. Joppy. Hi, Dr. Joppy. You can take the floor. We're so glad to have you.
I am so sorry. Good morning to everyone. Good morning. Good morning from
Morning.
cold United States and Pennsylvania. It's lightly snowing, very cold
My
here.
gosh.
But it's beautiful. So
Yes.
I'm happy to be here today. I'm happy to be a part of this, the last day, I'll say celebration. It's been a journey. And as always, I want to commend Simone and her team and everyone, every I'll say founder of nonprofit who represents every country that's represented. I know a lot of hard work goes into planning this event, and it's been, I'll say, from my time being a part of it, I think this is one of the best cohorts that we had thus far since I've been a part of it. The information, all the
Yes.
speakers, the camaraderie with the team, and just even with the girls, the
Yes.
engagement has been wonderful. A lot of great information was shared, and my hope is that each person, each one of the girls that's been a part of this from the beginning takes everything. And sometimes we can get overwhelmed with information, but processing is a big part of it. That's why journaling is a big part of it too. And taking notes, but do some self-reflection, go back over every week and revisit some of the key points and issues and theories that were presented, and just take hold of that and use that information as a springboard as you continue to cultivate your dreams, your desires and your goals, because you have information. You got a lot of great information. There's several things that stand out. Y'all know I'm a talker when I talk, but I won't go back over everything. But I'm just excited to be here. I'm grateful, thankful for each and every person that participated. And I just pray that you just take the information and move forward and love and joy and peace and prosperity and everything that you do. Stay focused on your dreams. Anything and all things are possible to those who believe. So that's my take. Thank you for the opportunity, Simone.
Thanks so much, Dr. Joppy. We're really happy to have you here. And earlier on, before you joined in, we expressed thanks, for your participation in the program for these, number of years. And I spilled the beans about, our strategic, your strategic retreat in February. I'm meeting up with Italia, and that I will be on board with that as well. So, because you and Italia, you've been so instrumental, we really need to meet. And we're hoping that Deborah will be able to join us, or we can join her, or something can happen. So if the four of us could really collab, right? That would be absolutely amazing.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. And we talked about you in our board meeting on Thursday night. So the board will be there. My whole board of directors will be in St. Lucia, so you get to meet them as well. So we're excited to meet you in person and look forward to collaborations and partnerships in the future.
Yes, I'm really excited. This is going to be a super, super year. I'm really looking forward to 2025. I have so much planned. I just ask God for health and strength. That's all. Once I have health and strength, I'm telling you, not even the sky is the limit. It's going to be further than the sky is the limit. It's going to be amazing, right? I already spoke about being in Tobago to do an outreach with some women there on the last weekend of this month. I'll be there for a few days. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're looking at St. Lucia in February. And then I have some other, plans that will, later on. So yeah, so it's going to be a bumper year. Absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward. Yeah. Yes, Ricardo, you're wondering what I'm up to, huh?
I'm not wondering, Simone. I am not wondering at all. I knew it was coming. I find it take long, but you had to start to believe it first. I could have believed all I want. You had to believe. Right?
Yes. Yeah, it's
That is.
happening.
I want two things I want to point out really quickly, young ladies. If you get a chance, actually you should get a chance. Make the chance. Go back to the YouTube channel, right? The Sapphire Miriam Foundation YouTube channel. There are dozens of videos on topics that we've covered over the years. But I really want you guys to look at a session that Dr. Joppy sat in with us last year with the beauty and the self-image. That was an in-person brunch, right? And she joined us from overseas. I think JD joined us from overseas as well. But that self-image brunch was eye-opening to me in terms of what we do when we don't have a healthy body positive sense of self, right? And there's a lot of pressure to look certain ways. I really think that I know we're closing off the semester, but I really think out of everything, you should probably go back and look at that episode. Right? You to start your new year with a healthier mindset of yourself. Right? There's a lot of information there. We had some amazing facilitators over the years, some amazing contributors, all who are specialists in the work that they do. And I will never forget that session with Dr. Joppy because it hurt me how much pressure young people are under to look a certain way. In my time, you were encouraged to look different and be different and stand out. And now you're kind of being pigeonholed into fitting in and looking like everything else. So check out that. And secondly, hi Princess. That's a true gem there, Princess. Princess so good, right? She recruited her mother into the program. Normally it's the parents recruiting the girls. Princess recruited her mother. right? You
Yes.
guys have no idea how much potential you have and how much influence you have and how, as you are right now, how you could change and shape the world around you. We've
Yes.
just heard, and for Dr. Japp, you might have missed it. You've just heard that this 15 going on 16-year-old girl, her voice was instrumental in a social advocacy campaign that was 10 years in the making. 10 years in the making, and her voice tipped the scale. Right? Listen, guys, I remember last year's session when we started looking at the idea of social advocacy and entrepreneurship and, trying to get the girls into the community to, write to a politician or to, take pictures
Yes.
of some issue.
Yes.
And now to see this, to hear that reconnect Dominica, that is
Yes.
action item that is complete. Well, not complete. It's a lot of things to work on. But what I mean is it's gone
Yeah.
from being an idea and a campaign to an action item. It is something that your kids are going to be traveling that road and don't know that, hey, well, your mother was one of them people who organized to get that road reconnect, back in the early 2000s when, it's amazing. I don't want you guys to underestimate the value you have, even as you are, much less for the value you have empowered. Don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this. The world is in your hands. The world is in your hands.
And we have another big breakthrough. You remember a few years ago, we started the environmental project to bin bins into my community. The good news is the bin have been started to be built. So, so Christmas is going to be good. Nice, clean space,
Amazing.
roads.
My mind was on that bin, and I'm wondering what's happening with it. So you're not starting the
Yeah.
bin in that area.
Yes, the bin have been started. I'll take some photos for you.
Yes, please do. And remember, we need a big sign, by that bin, right? And this Sapphire Miriam Foundation is going to be, visible in Dominica. We want to put down our roots there physically, right? In collaboration with you and the, community.
Yes.
So I'm really
Yes.
looking forward to that. Yeah. Right? I'm really looking
Amazing.
forward to touching down in Dominica. That would be a dream come true. St. Lucia and Dominica. Definitely.
We're just about trip away from St. Lucia.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So then we'll be seeing you, Deborah. That's wonderful if we're just about trip away, right?
Just take a
Perfect.
trip over.
Okay. I hear you. So, Dr. Choppy, we'll have to take a trip over to Dominica, right?
I thought last year we talked about us all going to Dominica. Then we talk about
Exactly.
we did talk
Yes.
about that for a
Yes.
retreat.
Yes, there you
Oh,
go.
absolutely.
Lovely. So, Dr.
I love
Choppy,
it.
that's in the books, right? So we're going across to Dominica.
I think
We'll
so.
take the boat.
I think we should
Yeah.
get to work on that and get a time. We can
Yeah.
talk about it, but let's be about it,
Exactly. Get the time.
right? Let's get a date down and we have
And
to
check
make
it out,
it
Dr. Joe P. You see this?
Right.
Look at that. Look at that view.
Right.
I'm sitting here in snow.
Okay.
Imagine waking up to this every day, sunrise. Just the birds chirping, just you and
Yes.
hearing the sea waves and my
Oh
God.
my gosh. Beautiful. So we're definitely heading across. We'll head across. But Dr. Choppy, you're in the Poconos, right?
I'm about an hour away from the Poconos. I'm in
Okay.
central Pennsylvania. Yes,
Oh,
right in
okay.
the
Yeah.
capital. The capital. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I love the Poconos. Poconos is absolutely gorgeous around this time,
Oh, it's the time of year
Yeah.
with the snow and everything. It's beautiful.
Snow. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. Yeah. All right. But you'll be in St. Lucia soon, enjoying the beach and the sun and Dominica, right? So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, guys.
Yeah, you have to go Rodney Bay, Groselay on Friday night, street party.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay.
Carnival boat cruise to the Sulphur Spring. We got you.
All right, Deb. So we'll work up a plan. We'll talk about this over the next few days, right, Dr. Joppy, and cement everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
The princess
Definitely.
is
I'm
ready
so
now to share
excited.
her experience
Yeah. Princess?
growing up with the Sapphire Miriam Foundation so many years now.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Been on journey. I remember many faces, but I can't remember the names to the faces.
Yes. That's all right. Tell us about what were the most memorable experiences.
Yes, the most memorable experience I had in the Miriam Foundation, I think it was this summer when we had a session on sexual abuse prevention with the mothers. I think that was very interesting because I learned a lot about how to deal with different situations, how to protect myself, how to help myself in a relationship between people, you know, in a beneficial way and in a safe way. And the mothers really put a lot of input. I remember Miss Satu, Miss Sahatu, she was really good. She talked about her divorce with her husband and how she empowers women to take a step to love themselves and to choose what is right for them and her children. So that was very interesting.
Yeah. That was Miss Kennedy. Yeah, she really shared her experience, and I really appreciated that. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
that's so
think
beautiful. When you're coming in and you're sharing your personal experiences, this is where I was,
yes.
and this is how I overcome it, from pain
Yeah.
to purpose. I went through this divorce and look at me now. I'm living on purpose
Yes.
with, well-adjusted
Yes.
children and, well-contented and happy. And here I want to share this
Yeah.
with you. Do not settle for less. You
Yes.
are enough. You are beautiful. You're special.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange. That's why I entitled the workshop that I'm gonna be doing in Tobago, I Am Victorious from Pain to Purpose. And I was thinking what to name it, and earlier I was in the morning, I was just lying down, and then I just, it just came to me, I am victorious. And then, I just, from pain to purpose. And when I look back, it's coming from my pain and my trials into purpose, what I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm actually doing now, throughout all the pain, it's bringing me into a purpose to see that, yes, you've been through this, but this is what you really were meant to do. And you had to go through that to be able to do this. Right.
Right.
So I had to come through what, I've been through. It's made me more understanding. It's made me more empathetic towards other persons. It's made me understand, mental health and, it's like a reboot. I'm telling you,
Yep.
it's like from being dead and just coming alive. It's been an
Right.
experience, guys, because I literally was dead.
Transformation.
Everything in me, life, in my body, my spirit, everything, I mean, 2 years ago, even a year ago, early this year, and coming in, to see how, things have transformed. It's been absolutely amazing, really,
And
really
you're
amazing.
radiating. It's just showing, in your being,
Thank you,
we can
Deborah.
just, you look healthy, you look well, you're just
Yes.
radiating, so, and I'm
I'm
so
getting comments like that.
happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the time. No, seriously, people are telling me, girl, you're looking so good, and they're telling me, well, I know how you used to look before and how you're looking now. You up to the market yesterday, I was in the market, and one of the vendors was saying, you're looking really well. I know how over the past few, months, how you were. And now, and it's that difference. Everybody is really seeing that, that difference. And I am feeling it. I am feeling it. There was a time that I couldn't even smile. There was nothing to be happy about within my spirit. You couldn't even smile. Everything just, you were just grumpy about everything. If somebody only looked at you, it was a whole different ball game a year and something ago. But everything's just transformed. And as, that feeling of transformation comes, you realize in the world around you is falling into place. Everything
Yep.
else seems to be just aligning. And it's just like, how come? The right people are coming in, the right opportunities,
Yep.
finances, everything is just flowing.
And
It's
and how
amazing.
and the key for this to happen, you have to be aligned within. Once you align within,
Yes.
what's happened
Yes.
outside will automatically be aligned, but you have to start with
Yeah.
you first, the man in the mirror, get him right,
Yes.
and then everything else is a piece of cake.
Everything.
Everything else has to
Everything.
flow.
Yeah. Nothing cannot align unless we align within ourselves. And
Exactly.
sometimes we find
Exactly.
everything else is going wrong around us. But we have to really align within ourselves first for things to start to go right. And we have to work hard to keep that alignment. I want to stress that we have to work hard to keep it, because you don't want anything to throw you off of that alignment, because the minute you go off of that, then you go back into a negative zone and then things stop falling into place. So you really have to work hard to keep that alignment and that peace of mind. And young ladies, as you all recognize that from early, it's going to set you on a really, really successful path. You have to recognize that from early. Guard your peace of mind with everything, ladies. Guard it, guard it. Don't let anybody or anything disrupt your peace of mind. Because when that is gone, you have nothing. You know, everything else falls apart around you. You really need to guard your peace of mind and keep it in that positivity. And you'd be surprised, the right opportunities coming, the right people. People are attracted to positivity. And when you have a negativity around you, it repels people. And when I look back now, I would have lost out on a lot of opportunities, maybe people in my life, etc., who may have been repelled by, certain negative vibes, around me. So it's been a work in progress. I think what happened to me had to happen to break certain things. And it's like a rebuilding, a rebuild.
rebirth.
And I'm really,
Yeah.
it
I mean,
definitely is a rebuild.
only this week I had a big rebirthing experience. I'm forming this Caribbean Alliance Against Domestic Violence, and I handpicked the directors, and one director was supposed to sign, and she said the date, the time, and she just made some excuses. She didn't show up. I was just waiting for her, miss a bus, miss this, miss that. And then it occurred to me, boom, I am not being authentic. I'm not being real. I am not practicing what I'm teaching the youth. I'm teaching about boundaries. I am teaching the youth about knowing that you are valuable, knowing that somebody doesn't have to add value to what you're actually doing. And I'm putting my power into this woman's hand because I don't want to be embarrassed to go back to my other directors to sign this legal document. For me, it was all about my ego. Don't want to be embarrassed. Don't want to feel ashamed. Yes, I was compromising the values that I set up to myself. And I said, oh my God, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It just hit me and I cried. Scared like a snake shedding its skin. And I just written a letter to my directors, along this line that I just explained. Right now we're moving on with resolution, and I apologize. And we are enough. The team that I have solid are enough.
Yes.
And then yesterday, the document is ready again, and everybody's on board with resolve and newness and knowing that we are enough. And it's such a beautiful experience when you showing up authentic and being real and honest and practicing what you preach.
Yes. And you have the right people on board, because it doesn't make sense forcing something that, is not right. You don't have to force it. So
this is just the beginning of this alliance. I'm getting this kind of pushback. Where are we going to go? And I need to cut this out. It's not serving. I just need to cut it out.
Yes. If it's not serving a purpose, especially at the beginning, then if you entertain that now, what is going to happen if you continue to entertain?
Disrespectful from my time. My time, you set a date, a time that will suit you, and yet still I show up. I'm showing up. You just give, and this happened at least 2 free occasions, and then finally, occurred to me. Set aside the ego.
Yes, it's boundaries, and we need to, practice what we preach and set these things in place early. And the earlier we set boundaries and make decisions quickly, right? That is key. Don't, dilly-dally and drag it out, because you'll be putting yourself through a lot more in the end, right? Dr. Joppy, did you want to say something?
I did want to say something. I'm keep looking at you, Simone, and there's a glow about you. There's something. It's like a halo over you. There's like a halo over you. I mean, you look like a totally different person.
I'm
serious. You look amazing, and there is definitely, and I mean that in all sincerity.
Thank you.
About you, and it's such positive vibes and energy, which is whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
Keep doing it. But to Miss Deborah's point, definitely, stay true to who you are and keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. My thing is, you know who's watching you, and I'll give you an example of what I mean. when you're called to do something and you're walking in your purpose and you're giving it your all and you're focused on the mission, the vision, and everything that you're supposed to be doing,
Mhm.
great things will happen. We had a situation
Yes.
here in the US where out of the blue, I get a contact from y'all know Pepsi soft drink, Pepsi company. Do y'all have?
Yeah.
And so they reached out to me and they wanted to know more about Project Cultivate. And they've been watching some of the things that we've been doing. And they gave us a
Hmm.
community service award for what we've been doing in the community, especially with our equestrian camp and some of the things that we're doing with girls and women. And they gave us money. And then not only did they do that, they also put the name of our organization into this huge, I'm going to, for lack of a better word, I can't remember off the top of my head the word that they use. I'll say database or profile, where
Mm.
huge companies like them get to see what we're doing. And if they choose to help us in any way, financially, products, we're in there. They committed to doing this for a year. It was
Right.
it was unsolicited. I had no idea. At first, when I got the email, I thought it was a hoax, because social media, as we've learned through this program, when we had people come on and talk about, some of the stuff that goes on in internet and privacy, security, and all these things.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure if it was legit, and it was. The point of it is, you don't know who's watching you, so always act
Yes.
accordingly. Always be positive, always be
Yes.
professional, always think, if I do this and it got in the
Mhm.
press, would I look good or would I look bad? I mean, I'm just saying that in,
Yes.
basic terms, but I think you get my point. And so we continue to do the work. And the same way that happened for me can happen for anybody in this room
Yeah.
right that's
Absolutely.
watching. When you're doing the work and you're focused on what you're supposed to be doing, other people are watching you.
Yep.
Other people are watching how you talk, how you walk, what you're doing,
Yes.
who you associate yourself with. Are you
Yeah.
saying what you mean? Do you mean what you say? When you're in business and conducting business, do you have integrity? Are you operating in honor and truth? These are the things that people are looking for. And I'm saying organizations, sponsors, and donors who want to give money. I was really shocked because things are tight here. You all, if you follow
Yeah.
the United States and politics, we've had a rough year, y'all. We've had a real rough year. Money is
Yes.
crazy around here. And a lot of companies were waiting and not
Mhm.
giving out like they usually do. So hopefully that will change. And the point of it all is, as Miss Deborah and Miss Simone has been saying, we never know where the blessing is going to come from. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
Just have to stay focused and believe
Yes.
all things are possible. So I'll be quiet now.
Yes. Thanks so much for that, Dr. Choppy. And as you said, you never know who's watching. You never know where the blessing is going to come from. And just last week, I was talking to Italia, about coming across, the option and stuff. And she said, "Girl, don't worry where the money is going to come from. You don't worry about that. You don't have to work that out." And I'm like, okay, okay. And after I spoke to her that night, the answer came the next day. Yeah, I got a response and a confirmation from something I'd applied for way before. So that sort of kind of helped that situation. And it's like amazing how everything just lined up. Just the night spoke to her, and the next day, the answer to that, came. And I'm like, okay. And she said, don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about the how. Just, believe and, put it out there. And it's been a really amazing year, and the transformation from earlier in the year to now, I just have to keeping that positive energy. And why I'm saying to guard your positivity and your energy is because when you let things slip, then you start to fall back into the old and you really don't want to. And I've seen that I've tried to keep that positivity. And one of the main things it started with was there's a British guy named Skip Archimedes. So I attended his online session, and he was talking about, raising the frequency and your vibration and that kind of stuff. And after I finished that, it was like a few days. I was so, high vibrational, empowered. I'm like, okay, yay. And I just kept going. And then there was Grant Cardone. He's one of the, big entrepreneur in the US. And I attended his online session as well. And I was so pumped up. And during that session, someone put out, that, if anybody could reach out to them, like coaching and that kind of stuff. And that person was Marian. I didn't know who she was. So I took up the offer because you never know. And that was probably over 100,000 persons had registered for that event. And there were a couple thousands in that room, that Zoom room that I was in. Of all the persons, there's no coincidence. Everything lines up. When you keep it in a certain energy and a vibration, everything lines up. And coincidentally, I was in there, met up with Marian, and I'm telling you, since Marian came on board, my life has changed, has changed, has changed. It has been one to the next. She's been there supporting coaching business, and she's taken such a liking to the foundation, and it's been amazing. It really has been amazing. And I'm just keeping in that positivity. And I mean, everything is just falling into place. So I want nothing to disrupt that. I am so guarded now. I am at my stage where I am most guarded with my peace. And I'm begging you, young ladies, please do the same. When you find that early in life, you will live a more fulfilled life, I'm telling you. Don't wait to go through all the trials and tribulations and wait till, you reach older. Try to enjoy life from young. Because, when you go through certain things, it leaves a lot of trauma and a lot of baggage, to be able to move on with. And the more trauma and baggage you have, is the harder it is to move forward in life. So try not to accumulate too much. We all will accumulate, right? Because that's part of life, but try not to accumulate too much. Try and keep it in that positive peace of mind and energy, and I just want to invite Marian to talk. I need to plug in my laptop. So Marian is here with us. I do apologize, sent her the link late. Yes, Marian, so you can open up your camera and give us a little few words.
Hi everybody. Hello. Hi Simone. Good to see you again.
Yes, it is good to see you, Marian.
Fantastic. I'm based in South Africa and we're actually in the middle of a very big thunderstorm. I'm on like a lightning belt and there's a lot of lightning at the moment, so I won't be putting my camera on. Generally I don't anyways. It causes a problem with the internet as well. But it's so good to be here, and I've only just jumped on now because I got the link a little bit later. But I have to say that I do love the foundation. I love the work that it's doing, and I think that there's a lot of potential for it to grow, not only where you are based, but also really internationally. There's such a need for helping young people learn the skills. There's so many skills that they don't teach in school that we really need in the real world, once you get out of school, that can really elevate things and help things move a lot quicker. So the way that things get taught in school, for instance, I'm a big person on entrepreneurship, and even financial literacy and that. I mean, the way that it's taught in school gives you some foundations, but things are moving so fast that it's really good to augment your education with things like this, where you've got support and you've got community and good positive energy and people sharing their knowledge, sharing their experience, bringing experts in, and also corporates, whether they're small or bigger corporates, coming in and helping to develop the foundation, whether it's bringing in their expertise. But also, it does cost money to get the right people on board and to have the right documentation and registration and all of that type of stuff. So any corporates that come and help with sponsorship and that kind of stuff really allows us to expand our impact, both locally but also internationally, and start getting our message out there. And I think that the team that's involved, not only the people that are helping putting everything together, but the girls that participate and the input that I've seen, and the conversations that they have, it's just lovely. I mean, a lot of the girls are introverted and they are quiet, but then they do speak up, and then my mind is blown as to how intelligent they are and how progressive they are, and thinking forward and for the future, and not very often not only about themselves but their families, and trying to help their families from where they're at. So it's just been a phenomenal experience, and I'm just so proud to be part of everything that you're doing. And through this, Simone and I have formed quite a friendship. She's got a great sense of humor, and we both are big thinkers, and we love traveling and thinking about things for the future. So yeah, it's just been incredible, and I'm just proud to be part of it. And thank you for inviting me, and I'm glad that I'm here today.
Thank you so much, Marian, for that. Yes, Marian and I are both dreamers, so we have big dreams. Wonderful. Any thoughts, Mr. Mitchell?
Yeah, I made a very impassioned plea at last year's graduation. Very, very impassioned plea to the young ladies of the foundation to contribute to this thing that they're benefiting from, because it was absurd to me that a 41-year-old man was the voice of a girls' empowerment program. And I was very deliberate about stepping back this year.
Yeah.
And I know, because I have faith in the way that things work out, that me stepping back was actually leaving room for people to grow and to show up. I do not think you can empower someone and do everything for them. And stepping back allowed this foundation to become something this year that it had not been the years before. And Simone, to see your recovery over the past year, and you will continue to blossom and grow, because the things that you have been teaching others, you are practicing yourself. And that integrity, that authenticity, that is the alignment that Deborah was speaking about earlier. That is a major contributor to what it is you're seeing happening around you. You are practicing what you are preaching. You are reaping what you are sowing. You are eating of the fruit that you have planted. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of this organization. I'm proud of everyone who has passed through, to everyone who has committed. I'm proud of the corporate sponsorship that the organization is managing to drum up. I'm proud of the fact that an online program is becoming real to the people involved. The relationships are no longer just online. The opportunities are beyond what it is we could have thought possible, even if they were still within the realm of what we imagined. This is an amazing space, and you've actually given key words that I'm going to probably lean into in 2025's iteration of the program. But you see that protect your peace, that is so important, because having established something this valuable, now your job is to safeguard it.
Yes.
I'm really, really
Thank you.
excited to see what this becomes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ricardo. And that stepping back, has allowed the girls to blossom. And I know you were very intentional about that. You did say that, you don't want to be the voice, and that this year coming, which is 2024, you wanted to step back a bit to give them a chance. And it has allowed them. And by you doing that, it has allowed me to adopt the same attitude, in the sense of stepping back with certain things, because with the outreach, I intentionally stepped back and allowed Dominica and Dominica to plan as peer mentors, to plan it and to execute it, right? I wasn't the one, hosting or speaking or anything like that. And they did a wonderful, wonderful job. So I really thank the girls, for stepping up. So we do have some girls who are behind the scenes and really doing the work, in different aspects. And Trustee has been behind, contributing to this graduation, setting up certain things in order. And she actually did a scrapbook with some memories, which I will bring up within a few moments, so that we could just reflect on what has, taken place over the past few months. And as we do that and we think about what is to be for 2025, what topics we would like to do, and, the events we would like to host, I would like to invite everyone to feel free to be a part of that planning, So, I mean, if you have any ideas right now, you can pop it in the chat or send me like an email with what topics you would like to do for next year, where your needs are, because we are here to meet your needs. Yeah, so we can craft our topics for next year, please the Lord, because we are in that planning stage, right? As part of my retreat in Tobago, I'll be planning out my year. So I have my calendar and my planner, and I'll be planning out. And then when I meet Dr. Joppy and her team in St. Lucia, we will be planning as well and planning for the foundation and our program for 2025. So there's a lot of planning going on behind the scenes, and I'd like to invite you all to be a part of that by sharing with us your ideas for topics, etc. Maybe even events and things that you would like to see happen, right? So feel free to start to do that in the chat and also to drop me an email as well, right? Before I do the scrapbook that Swasti has, I just want to thank some of the girls who have made, that commitment to the program. So I want to thank Princess, of course, and Dominica and Nathaniel for their contribution, and Princess for being part of the program for this length of time. We will reward them with prizes, which are to be determined in the very near future. When you're dealing with finances across borders, there's always, challenges, especially in Trinidad now. Yes, Ricardo is. Yeah, the US dollar is the king, queen, and prince and everything. You can't get that. It's always difficult even trying to transfer money. So we'll do something special. I'm gonna thank Dominica and Dominica, peer mentors, Katisha, Jada, Clarice and Cherise, Jane, Katrina and her mom, and also Clarice and Cherie's mom, Germany. She's been really, really supportive, and Mary and her mom. So we want to thank them, and they will benefit. We will be doing the gift of units, right? So who has not started their unit trust account, they will get at least initial something to start, right? Their unit trust account and start their saving and investment journey. Good. So this is what the ladies will be getting. So we'll send out those things out in the very near in January. And Aliyah had submitted her portfolio. So we want to thank her as well. So the persons who have submitted their portfolio, they would be receiving a gift of units as well. So Joel, you would be on that. Okay. So it is a start for you ladies.
There's something happening in the chat. So
All
Anne
right,
Marie
so
said, in terms of ideas, do something about mental health and self-care, also healthy coping skills. And she said, hi, everyone. Although I've joined as a volunteer in August, it has been a pleasure working with you all, especially Miss Claxton. And Marianne
thank you.
Basics of creating a simple business plan. And then what Princess said. Princess said how to understand slang, learn slang language so you can understand people more broadly.
Okay, great. So we take all those ideas into consideration. Right, so I want to thank Katrina as well for submitting her portfolio, Aliyah, Jewel. Right, so we have some memories here. Right, so we have the cultural showcase on the left-hand side. We have Ghana, we have Melanie, and we have Guyana for our cultural showcase. And on the right-hand side, we have some stuff from our online sessions. Right, we have Hyacinth in the US. We have Khadija. Let me move this. And we have some real life memories from our in-person session where we did etiquette and public speaking. And that's it for now. So I hope that those pics brought back some memories. Guys, this has been a wonderful experience. It's not been a very planned or structured graduation, nothing formal, but it's been a wonderful time for us to reflect on, the memories, on what topics served us best, and our experience throughout this year, and how the program has really grown. It's really amazing to see, how the program has grown over the past few years. And as Dr. Joffe said, this is probably, one of the best, cohorts in the sense of everything really, the topics, everything was really detailed. I think we went more in depth this year because we singled out a few topics that we can actually, focus on. And I really want us to continue along this trajectory. So for next year, we'll single out a few topics as well and really go in depth and focus on it, right? And I would really like to encourage the young ladies to be more engaged in the sense of with the portfolio creation, start from early, start to do activities and document what you've learned, and to do your journaling, along the way over this next few weeks as the year closes off, to do your reflection, on what has gone well for you this year, what hasn't gone well, and what you're going to put in place for the new year, right? As Ricardo said, go back, watch that YouTube video. Last year we had that beauty brunch, and it will help you to actually be able to look at yourself in a positive light and go forward into the new year. And, as Ricardo said, I'm really adopting a lot of the things for myself now, because sometimes you teach and you don't adopt it for yourself. And it's making a difference now that I am actually taking on board what I'm teaching and what persons are teaching me, and in moving forward. So I'm really wanting to start the year with that more positive self-image, moving forward in a more positive light to take charge of the new year to come. Right? So I would like to, encourage all of you gems to do the same as December closes, to reflect, to see what went well, what didn't go well, and what goals you're going to set for the new year, right? A planner, plan out your year, really structure everything each quarter and make sure that you're going back after the end of the quarter and looking at your goals and achieving them. And once you keep taking things off, you'll be surprised how empowered you'll feel and motivated to keep moving forward. Okay, so those are basically my closing remarks. I'm just going to open the floor for anybody else, and then Ricardo, you can close off.
Marion Sanders raised, I believe.
Yes, Marion, go ahead.
Hi there. Thank you so much. I just would like to add a couple of things here. I like that you're saying setting goals, and I would actually say that in the program, it would be nice if there was a moment, with each interaction that we can discuss some of the goals and then just see, like actually verbalize them and put them down, and then report back and say, have I achieved that goal? Because it's really nice to have that kind of casual accountability. But very often you get tied up in day-to-day stuff and it's just nice to have some input on your goals and that. So that's just a suggestion. And then the other thing that I also wanted to mention is that when you are creating business, I'm such a business person, that's all I talk about. But there's a strategy called, and basically when you start a business, it goes through something called forming, which is, putting branding and putting the right people in place and all of that kind of stuff, and your systems and routines and things like that. So you go through a forming stage, and then after that you go through a storming stage, which means that sometimes the wheels kind of fall off the bus, and then there might be some conflict, or there might be some misunderstandings, or there might be some problems. So that's normal in business. When things start developing, then things kind of sometimes have their difficulties. And then the next stage is the norming stage, where things kind of normalize and become a lot more settled. So that happens recurringly. It happens like all the time. It can happen from week to week in a corporate business, in the corporate world. So things don't always work out perfectly, but then eventually they kind of normalize. And what I wanted to say is that we've gone through quite an intense forming stage. And as Ricardo was mentioning, the organization has really come into its own this year. It really became something much more solid. And yeah, with that, there's sometimes, some things that, it might not feel very professional, or not saying that that's the case, but, there's just that things fall in the cracks and some things don't work out as you expected, or you make some promises. So as an example, I'm wanting to create children's entrepreneurial books. And then in my talk on entrepreneurship, I asked for volunteers to get back to me. And it was so great. I got such a lovely response. And I was like, great, let's do it. And that was in September. And it just became so busy for me that I haven't been able to do it. And I've brought on an assistant who's basically like what they call my 2IC, which is my second in charge. And he's helping me develop that so that I can take on volunteers next year and just be a lot more stable and be able to help them and have the support that I want for them. So that kind of happens. And what I just wanted to say is thank you to everybody who has gone through forming and storming processes through the year as things have been changing and developing. And as you can see, I mean, the outcome and the results speak for themselves, and it's just going to get better, and it's going to go through that norming stage. You'll see in 2025 things are going to just be so much it's just going to get stronger and stronger. And yeah, I just wanted to say, because working with young people, there's this expectation that the adults know what they're doing all the time and everything works out perfectly, and sometimes it doesn't. And the fact that this group has just been so supportive and still standing behind and helping the girls that have really helped and helped Simone with so much of everything that she's doing. I just wanted to put out a huge thank you, because you wouldn't believe what impact that has had and how much that has helped all of us, and your patience and understanding through the changes. Change management isn't easy. And the fact that you also living and experiencing that is going to strengthen you in the workplace, because it happens, as I say, all the time. You won't go into a work and it's just going to work out perfectly every day. There's always challenges. There's always solutions that need to be provided. There needs to be problems that are solved. It happens basically on a daily, it happens all the time. So thank you again. Thank you so much for all your support, for all your willingness, your patience, your help, your impact. And what I'd really like to see is to see the foundation grow. So please tell your friends and family, like people that you speak to, bring them on board. We need a big group. I would love to be working with a classroom full of girls. I'd love to have about 30, 40 girls that are on the call each time. So please spread the word, bring people in. It will make a difference in their lives. Even if they come to one live, they don't have to come to each one, but yeah, spread the word and get more people involved. Anyways, thank you so much. And I think if we don't speak before the end of the year, have a lovely festive season, a safe festive season, and a good time with your families and friends. And I look forward to speaking to you next year if I don't speak to you before then. All right, thank you. Thank you for your time, Simone and Ricardo and everybody. And yes, see you the next time as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Marian. Really appreciate you and your contribution. And I think in light of that, we could possibly do a session later in January with the girls to see what their goals are, right? So I would encourage you all to do your goal setting, your SMART goals. Go back into the YouTube, go into your notes, set your goals. And at the end, by the end of January, we'll have a session to review your goals with you and to help you to be accountable going forward for the year. Okay, and then when we start the program in the middle of the year, we'll look back and see, well, what goals you've set and where you've reached thus far. Right, guys? Anybody up for that? Raise your hand.
Sounds like a plan. Me, bitch.
Yes. I think it does sound like a plan. Yay, Jewel's up for that. So wonderful. Anna Maria as well. Yeah, so and we have Anna Maria here, who's been instrumental in streamlining our social media pages, getting that consistency in in how it looks and how it's delivered, right? So we're gonna thank her again for her contribution towards our social media pages. Right, guys, so it's just after 12 now, so we're gonna wrap up. Mr. Ricardo Mitchell, if you wanna play our closing song. Thank you very much, Dr. Duffy. I am so excited. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Looking forward to seeing you, Deborah.
Yes, looking
So,
forward to seeing you
Absolutely.
too.
yeah, we're gonna work up something, right?
We
Yep.
sure are. And Deborah, we're coming to Dominica.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And to Marion, I will be in South Africa. I'm speaking in South Africa in October.
Nice.
So at a huge conference in Johannesburg. So
Oh,
Wow.
MG!
yes, so in
Marion.
October. So looking forward to that.
Yeah,
We're
Dr.
part
yes.
of,
Duffy,
we're
Dr.
part of
Duffy,
South
you don't
Africa.
need an assistant?
Come on.
No,
Deborah.
no, Marion and I already spoke. Don't worry, there's more
Listen,
to play, right, Marion?
Absolutely, absolutely. Any opportunity to spend more time with you ladies and just to meet you face to face. I'm based in Sandton, so I'm sure that your conference, if it's in Johannesburg, is going to be in and around my area. Like
yes.
yes,
Yes.
count me in.
I'll make sure I provide information to you all because it's a huge conference. It's for women. The focus is on women, persons with disabilities, and youth. And so it seems like we're all a part of the youth movement here, right? We're all
Yeah.
entrepreneurs and all that. So certainly an opportunity for everyone. And who knows, maybe some of you could speak there. I'll send the information
Yes.
and definitely will
Yeah.
follow up. That sounds wonderful.
Oh, wow. That's how long are you going to be here for? Do you know?
I'm probably going to stay for 2 weeks because a friend of mine is having a retreat there as well. So I'll be there for
Right.
business for this speaking engagement. Touring. I haven't been to South Africa in a number of years. I love South Africa. So I'm going to try to do some sightseeing and do some things while
Yeah.
I'm there and then attend the retreat. So it'll probably be about 2 weeks.
Oh, that's
Right.
wonderful. Okay, so Simone, if you could maybe share our emails, I definitely want
Yeah.
to speak. And then if you'd like me to set up any radio interviews for you while you're up here, I'm sure we can make a plan with something like that. If you want to do any more business than what you've already got set up, you can just communicate with me and I can help you with any PR work or liaison that you need to do up here. But that is wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. You can count me in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I will definitely be in touch.
Yeah.
Simone, you're the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, I'm so excited. That is amazing because Marion and I have been discussing. I've been thinking about going to South Africa this year, and we have been discussing it. But let's see how it goes. So yeah. So it's just amazing how you said you're going and you guys are meeting up. Oh my gosh, I'm the only one missing in that equation.
No, you'll have to join. We'll have to add you and Deborah to the equation. So there you go. And Marion.
Yeah.
So we'll fine.
Yeah,
this
let's
is
see how
how
it goes.
this is
Oh
how
my gosh.
sisterhoods are formed.
Yes. Marion,
Yeah.
it's so strange. We put it out there. We've been discussing South Africa and it's out there. So it's amazing.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Yes, very exciting. Yes, yeah. So Simone, if you could share our emails, I definitely want
I
to.
will.
Okay, great
Yeah.
stuff. All right, thanks again.
Lovely. Thank you. Believe. What a wonderful note to end on, guys. You gotta believe.
And don't forget, great things don't come from comfort zone.
Nope. You gotta get outside of that and believe. Believing is what will get you. Faith. Never doubt. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Look forward to us meeting up again in January 2025. And all my partners in the Caribbean, thank you so much. And I look forward to 2025 to meeting you guys in person. We're taking things to a different level now. Yay.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you so much.